Happy Friday. Looking at our windows and more tower cam, a beautiful start to our morning on our tower cam right here. That sunshine blessing us this morning, but some cloud cover is starting to move in. On our Fremont First Alert Doppler, you can see in some portions of southeast Kansas, there are a couple scattered showers and storms coming in. Now, some heavier rainfall along with some hail is moving through, but most of us are on the drier side right now. For this morning, you can anticipate a couple stray showers, isolated storms, but for the most part, we shouldn't see too much activity. Now, this is going to ramp up, though, as we get into our afternoon, specifically late afternoon and through our evening. We're under a 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather today, which is an enhanced risk, and that is for most of the region for us. Specifically, monitoring the chance to see some stronger tornadoes in far southwest Missouri. And we're looking at that right here. So the yellow is where we're seeing that higher risk, but even once we expand past that, we're still seeing some threats for that for today, but all threats are possible, including some significant hail. So we're shifting over, and you can see again, encompassing the entire 4 states region for us, and that is going to be another severe threat up to the size of tennis ball size hail and some wind risks. Now, the damaging wind gusts could risk up to about 40 to 70 miles an hour. We're looking closer to about 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts for us, but we will see those continue to build going into our afternoon. So currently expecting about 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. to be seeing when we see these risks pick up, especially late this afternoon. Now, today and tonight, we're also checking on some chances for some localized flash flooding risks for us. Those risks are going to be coming in. We could see some of those threats today, and it is also flood safety day for Severe Weather Preparedness Week. So up to 6 inches of water is enough to sweep a human away, and as we see these increase, we see a car can sweep away about 12 inches and then 18 as well for a smaller truck. The saying is turn around, don't drown. Looks can be deceiving, and when it comes to some flooding risks, some areas might see something that looks like a puddle, and it actually will be a larger body of water that could put your life at risk. So again, turn around, do not drown. It is better to be safe than sorry, and you do have that flooding risk for today, so we are being mindful of that as some heavier rain bands are anticipated to come in. Upper level low pressure system. Now this is going to move in. We're seeing a cold front with this system drag through. That is going to bring in the chances for some showers and storms for us today that are anticipated to bring in some active weather. Highest chances again late afternoon, also going into our evening. Now there is expected to be 2 rounds of this system. Some supercells and clusters are expected in the first round, and then some areas as we get to this evening might see a second round, and that is going to be more so in the form of a line segment. The system's going to move out, and as it does, we will see some clear air come through, some clear conditions as well, and then we'll have some high pressure off to our west, making for a nicer, I'd say, afternoon tomorrow all the way going into Sunday as well. Sunday is shaping up to be a nice day. Highs for today, 74 in Joplin, 76 in Grove, and then also 73 in Monette. But as we start to track into this evening, those lows are going to drop off a bit. We'll see temperatures ranging all the way from the 30s to the 50s for us, so some areas will be warmer than others. Now here's a look at your KSM forecast from your local weather authority. High today is going to be around. Hello everyone, happy Friday. Well, looking at our windows and more tower cam, you can see this line of cloud cover as well. Cumulus clouds are starting to build in. Also, wind activity. We're seeing some sustained winds right now, over 30 miles an hour throughout some of the 4 states. Our temperatures right now on the warmer side, some 60s and 70s on the board. You can see off to our west, some showers and storms, more so in southeast Kansas. Now, we're going to start to see more of this activity build in the coming hours, as we are expecting some strong to possibly severe storms late this afternoon into our evening. On our Fremont First Alert Doppler, we can also see off to our east some flood warning. So you also want to be mindful of that, and it is also flood safety, or not today's flood safety. Yes, it is flood safety day today as well with severe weather preparedness. But speaking of severe weather, we are under a 3 out of 5 enhanced risk today for severe weather across most of the 4 states, if not the entire 4 states. All threats are possible, but the main threats we are looking at: damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, also larger size hail up to the size of tennis balls, and then we cannot forget tornado threats as well. Right now, portions of far southwest Missouri are expected to see the highest chance for tornadoes with these storms that are expected to hit the 4 states. But speaking of threats for today and tornadoes, so this is where we're looking at the highest risk for us right here. So you can see that in the yellow when it comes to tornado threats. But as we shift over to significant hail, we are also seeing an expanded risk for us, and we cannot forget the winds similar situation. So we are going to see all of these threats coming into some capacity most likely, and you do want to be weather aware and also make sure you have a plan in place, because this activity, once it gets started, it might start ramping up rather quickly. We cannot forget also the chance for some flooding risk. We have seen this rainfall outlook show that we are seeing an excessive risk for rainfall, but it has also extended further off to the north. Now we're looking at a slight 2 out of 5 risk for some more of the 4 states, and then a marginal risk for some of the rest of us. So a lot to talk about, a lot going on, but we also want to make sure you are aware when it comes to flood safety, because that is what we are talking about today for Severe Weather Preparedness Week. So right here you can see 6 inches of water is enough to sweep a person away, and it starts to pick up as we start to see the water mounts pick up. 12 inches is enough to sweep away a car, and then a smaller truck as well when it comes to 18 inches. But the saying is, turn around, do not drown. Looks can be deceiving, and sometimes a small puddle might actually be a larger body of water that could put your life at risk. So we do not want that. So again, with all the forms of severe weather we are expected to see today, or threats you want to make sure you are safe and just taking proper precautions and measures. So what's bringing in the system? Well, we have a dry line right now that is making its way to the region. That is separating moist air and dry air as well. When we start to see this combination kind of make its way closer to the area, it is a hot spot for severe weather. So as we start to see more of this colder air move into the 4 states, that's when we start to see that threat kind of make its way to us, as we are already seeing some of that warmer air move through with some of that moisture as well. Now this storm system could come in the form of 2 waves. First system is expected to be more so supercells and also a cluster, but as we track into the overnight hours, that's when we might see more storms in a line segment along with this cold front. By tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon, things should die down and some sunshine should start to return. We'll see some high pressure off to our west. It'll shift further off to the south a little bit, but rain chances for us should die down, and the next chance we have for severe weather is next Tuesday as of right now. So severe weather season has started, and things are already ramping up for us. Highs for today are around 75 in Miami, 76 in Grove, and also 73 in Monette. But as we start to drop into this evening, those lows are going to reach into the 40s and 50s, so it will be a cool to mild evening for us. Here's a look at your KSM forecast from your local weather authority.